Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Randy's Rants. Thursday, February 11th. It's 8 o'clock at night. Probably gonna be doing these a little bit more. How can I say more often? Yeah, my schedule's starting to look good. It's not looking as packed as it once was. So that's a fucking plus. All right. But let's just dive into it. All right. There's been a lot of shit that's been happening for like I think the past week. First off, the number one that really has really got me fucking grinding my gears is I guess Disney or Lucasfilm, whatever. I guess they fired Gina Carano for being I forgot that fucking I forgot her character's name on there. Yeah, fired her character from the Mandalorian because I guess some fucking comment she said comparing the like Republicans or doing some shit. I kind of read a little bit into it, but the post that she put didn't make sense at all. I'm gonna be honest. Well, from what they're saying, what it is she is like totally opposite of what they're claiming. Because I read it and it's basically saying how Jews were not just beaten and killed by the Germans. It also starts with the Germans getting their neighbors to hate the Jews, to hate their neighbors who were Jewish, to do that. So a lot of the times a lot of the Jews at this time were actually, if you guys watch the movie Defiant, it's a kind of explanation of that. In the movie, you see a lot of people from like the community just betray on their neighbor while this is barely starting. I remember in one the guy his name wasn't Vasily, but it was Tuvia, where he's like, "You're from Belarus. How can you do this to your own kind?" And I don't know if this actually happened, but in there, one of the guys says the same reason you do to survive. So I totally see where she's coming from this word because it wasn't just all this. No, because there's more into it, and it's true because a lot of during this time, a lot of people were paid to turn in Jewish people to turn them over into the Germans. That's true. If you do your research, that's totally true. People in the same communities, people's neighbors were betraying on one another. So the Germans were at fault, but also they used the people basically against each other, against their own neighbors. And their own neighbors in the Jewish communities, they were betrayed by basically their own neighbors. A lot of them weren't. So to say that her comments are like this, I kind of find it bullshit. But also at the same time, no matter what somebody's political belief is or whatever it is, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that doesn't matter. All right. While someone's not saying this, while they're on set, while they're working, while they're doing this, and this is on their own time in their own house, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna stick out on a limb for this one. Everyone's titled to their opinion whether they're right or wrong. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm all about fucking hard work. That's it. I don't care if someone I work with is racist, but as long as he gets his work done and makes my job easier and and everything rolls smoothly, guess what? That's it. Those are his beliefs, man. I'm not gonna, you know, criticize him, judge him, or make him feel like any other than that. I mean, if we look at what's that gentleman's name? Oh, he was a musician. He was just on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like he was there like a year ago, 2 years ago, and he was one that he would he had about like 50 or 60 Klansmen turn in their robes because he would befriend them and he would talk to them, get to know them. They'd go and have lunch, they'd have dinner, and next you know, they would see that their beliefs are totally wrong about certain race. You know, racism isn't bred by hatred. A lot of it's bred by ignorance, not knowing. You know, ignorance is a true crime here. In my eyes, it's not that. It's that some people just don't have the knowledge or don't have the education to understand that no one's ever perfect, but you can't lump everybody together. All right, you can't lump. Everyone's always gonna be separate. There's always gonna be bad apples in every race. There's always gonna be shitty people everywhere. In any country, there will be shitty people. That's just how nature is, and that's how it's always gonna be. But it doesn't mean you lump everybody together. For me, is you gotta get to know everybody on an individual level, because even, let's say, if you don't like a family, you can't, just because I hate this guy and he has kids, I'm gonna hate his kids because they're his kids and they're probably gonna be like him. No, you'll be surprised how sometimes kids grow up to be totally opposites of their parents. When I mean total opposites, they literally are total opposites of their parents. So this whole thing, or this notion of that apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, that's true. But you know what? You gotta base that off each individual, not just because they're related, they're gonna be the same. That's kind of, in my eyes, that's a little bullshit right there. Because there's instances where you just go around. You can just look around in your own life, in your own how can I say, in your everyday life, you'll find people that are totally opposite of what their parents are, and what their family is. But does that mean you judge them based on that one fact? No, you judge everybody accordingly, individually. You can't lump everybody together. I don't care whether this or that, you know. And if you hear a little thing, go with the voice that seems a little louder, because I'm messing with the settings. I was noticing that it was a little bit too low, so I'm trying to still, 'cause sometimes still getting used to like where it should be. So that's something still I'm still learning, that it just happens. But personally, me, you got to just get to know everybody individually and have your own I'm gonna say judgment of them, but your own um understanding of each person, because we're all different. No matter, you can be all from the same family, you'll see that how different you all are in every aspect. And maybe that's like and maybe it's for the best too, because if everybody's all the same in a family, and there's not those black sheep, there's not those ones that stick out, it'll be different, because maybe you need that one person who's rebellious, because I just listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he had Francis Ngannou. That I'm only halfway finished, but that Francis Ngannou episode, I'm telling you guys definitely got to listen to that, man. That fuck, he makes me feel like a fucking pussy, bro. He makes all of us look like pussies on this side, because just his life alone, his journey, man. At the age of, I believe it was 8 or 9 years old, working in the sand mines. Man, that is hard ass labor. Just Google it. I Googled it, and I'm just fucking shocked at what he had to do at the age of 11. But maybe that's also it helps with his build and his genetics. He's huge. He's a fucking gorilla, man. He's like 6'6", 6'7", 290 pounds, man. He's rock solid too. He's freaking cut. He's ripped. But at the same time, like, his story was so different. It took him about a year and a half to get to Paris, because that's where he ended up, and his journey started there. Started going to the gym. He was doing boxing actually there in Cameroon. But being there, he goes on to explain, though, how, like, in his family, he was really like the only one that was different. His other brothers would go to school, listen to the parents, while he was more of the rebellious type. He rebelled, and he just really did his own thing, and it kind of the and not only I'm not gonna say rebellious like it's a good thing. It depends on the aspect, because his rebellious was just not listening to them, and kind of want to do what he wanted to do, boxing and stuff like that. And next thing you know, he ends up leaving at the age of, I think, 19 or 18. He ends up going up, finally leaving. But it takes him a year and a half. It takes him about 14 months, 16 months to get to Paris from Cameroon, because it's just it's an amazing episode, man. It's just one that when you listen to it and you see how far the guys has come, it just shows that there's no dream that is impossible. You just gotta go for it, you know. And for him, he had this dream. He knew he didn't want to stay there in Cameroon. He knew he didn't want to, you know. He felt it that's not where he is supposed to be. He was supposed to be somewhere else. It was like the story that goes, you know. There's a community. There's a whole bunch of chickens, and a baby eagle fell, you know. And as the little eagle grows, all the chickens tell him, "Oh, you can't fly. You know, we're chickens. You can't fly, man. You'll never fly, right?" But he's an eagle, and he tells himself like, "No, I'm supposed to fly. I know I can fly. It just seems right. I know I can do. I know I'm supposed to." You know, they kept on telling him like he's crazy. He's crazy. Then, long story short, I don't know the whole story, but the eagle flies. But the moral of the story is, if something feels right, then just do it. You know, if you feel like you're supposed to go to school here, and and it's a tough road, then that is the road that's meant for you. You know, we're not all gonna have the same journey, the same life, but you know, the more you are in touch with yourself, spiritually, physically, you know where you can be, and you know where you want to be. You know, while others can stay in their comfort zone, while others can just really settle for what they have, which is not a bad thing. No, you know, if someone tells you that settling is bad, no, everyone has to live their life different, because, you know, some people value more the time than, you know, achievements and stuff and other stuff, rather than, you know, not spending time with their family, not being with their kids, you know, like, because everything to be successful is sacrifice. To do certain things, it's sacrifice. Going back to college to get your college degree, your doctorate, PhD, whatever it is, it's sacrifice. You got to take time away for your day to do the work, to do this, which also and sometimes means you miss certain events from the family. You miss birthdays. You can miss Christmas. You can miss certain things just because you're doing this. And sometimes, like I've said it before, you know, I feel like I'm gonna live till I'm like maybe most likely 100, maybe 85. I know I'm gonna have a long life, but I don't know when others are. I don't know like when are they gonna be called? You know, and no, it'll be sad when someone goes, but it shouldn't be sad. You know, as long as you understand that this is not the end. Like, you're gonna see him again. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from Star Wars, Yoda. I'm telling you, some of these movies, there's hidden gems in there. But in the quote, he says, he's all like, "Rejoice for those for those around you who have turned themselves into the Force. Miss them, do not. Mourn them, do not." And then he goes on to say, "Attachment leads to jealousy, which is a shadow of greed." You know, and then he goes on to say, "Let go for what you fear to lose." And I feel like if you can apply that to life. It just depends how you see it, you know? Like me, how I see death now, you know, especially, you know, not having my grandma, my two grandpas, and, you know, some of my and uncles and others that have been in the family. But I have a lot of memory with them. I have a lot of beautiful memories, right? But the way I kind of see death now is more of a graduation. They're graduating to a higher power I have yet been called upon. You know, they're going somewhere I cannot reach them yet. My time will come, but it is not now. You know, though they're not here physically, but emotionally and spiritually, you can still sense when your loved ones are around you, you know? And instead of crying, because maybe they don't want to see that. They want to see enjoyment. They want to see a celebration. For maybe their life had been cut short. Maybe their life was the most they could give. They could have lived till 90. They could live till 30, 35. You still got a I believe you gotta celebrate their achievements, celebrate the life that they lived. You know, not be surrounded with the sadness. The sadness is not for those who stay. The sadness is not for those who go, but for those who stay. You know, that's just my thought. You know, because they're going somewhere where they can still see us, they can still, you know, but we can no longer see them. But you know, those are just my beliefs. You know, you guys don't have to listen to them or even fucking how can you say entertain them. But that's just the way I am. That's why I think when it comes to death, like that's what I got in my mind. But enough of this talk about death. I'm gonna tell you guys in these times, you guys gotta make sure you guys are supplementing in your life, right? Some of y'all aren't getting the vitamins or none of that. And I'm going to tell you this, when it comes to fitness or even just feeling healthy and also to fighting the common cold or the Rona, you got to make sure you're giving your body all the vitamins, all the minerals. You got to make sure you supplement. I'm going to tell you this. This is the stuff I usually take on a daily. I got a few things I'm going to show you guys. We'll go to my powders. These are my super greens. Super greens is basically like eating not vegetables, but any type of green. So broccoli, spinach, lettuce, any type of mineral, any type of vitamins are in there. They're in here. So I'm able to eat other food and not just vegetables because fuck, that's just tiring eating that. So I definitely highly recommend super greens. All right, these right now I got them at my vitamin shop. They're 20. This is $20. It has like 30 servings. But I got it on sale for 10. So I'm telling you guys, definitely get yourself some super greens. Put some of that in your diet. You know, maybe that's what you need. Also, beet powder. I started adding beet powder about this year into my supplements, man. Because this is some of the ingredients that's in the beet that's in the beets. It basically helps your body produce natural nitric oxide. For those who don't know what nitric oxide is, it helps more not more blood flow, but also more oxygen to get to your muscles. So a lot of the pre-workouts, any type of supplement that you see, it will have nitric oxide. That is how some people say that's basically what gives you the pump as you're lifting or doing whatever. But there's so many benefits when it comes to that. If I can find where I had it, oh, this is bullshit. Okay, but I'm going to read a little part. Beets are high in nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide may have several health benefits, such as protecting your cells from damage and relaxing your blood vessels. As a result, it may help decrease blood pressure and improve circulation. Not only that, there's another one where it gives you more detail. Oh, right here. It can keep your blood pressure in check, can improve athletic performance. It can also help fight inflammation. It can also improve your digestive health. It can also help your brain health. I guess it's a cognitive, not brain enhancement, but kind of like a nutrient. It also has some anti-cancer properties. And it definitely can because of the nitric oxide, and if you're working out, it can definitely aid in weight loss. That's a fact. That's a given. This one is basically this one's one I really take not when I'm during working out, but maybe before. It's just a balanced hydration powder, so it just has a whole bunch of electrolytes, has some vitamins, calcium, magnesium, and all that. This was only like I think $20 or $15, but it comes with 90 servings. You can do 2 servings a day, one when you work out or one in the morning. That still leaves you with about 45 days, so a month. And this actually comes from one of my favorite brands that it's actually cheap, and some of the ingredients are just are really much are better that I prefer. You know, rather than having sucralose, this actually has I think it's either monk fruit or it's a mixture of monk fruit and stevia. No, it's stevia. Yeah, that's what it is. It's actually stevia. But me personally, this year I've been really picky on a lot of my supplements, what type of sugar substitutes they use, because I notice when I drink Range or Bangs, man, I'm gonna tell you this: after about 2 weeks straight of drinking those, my stomach's to shit. I feel nasty. I feel sick to my stomach. Like I don't feel right. And you're probably wondering, why are you doing that? Well, there's times where at work where it gets a little bit hectic when I'm literally working overtime at both places. So it's like when I'm working overtime at one job, it shoots me up to 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week put together with both places. So during that time, I'm gonna drink at least one a day because I definitely need the energy. Because when I'm working those 80 hours a week, I'm only sleeping 4 to 5 hours each night. So stuff like that, I've learned that is the reason I've been picking on a lot of my supplements. Where the only energy drinks I buy now are Jocko. I get those from Amazon. Also Killcliff, I get those from Amazon. You know, those are my favorite drinks because I've those two drinks I've drank one of each for 2 weeks straight. So I was basically drinking two a day, but one from each, you know? And I didn't feel sick to my stomach. I didn't have that crappy, shitty feeling. I felt great. I felt like, damn, I can see the difference with the clean fuel, clean all this, and you know, because it's true, man. You give your body crap, sometimes it'll fuck you up in the long run. So that's one reason I'm very picky with my drinks. I'm very picky with my supplements. This is actually one of my this jog. I like doing this more like at night because this is another one I take usually during the day to give like some of my shakes a better taste. Because this one, thing about Jocko, this is what I got with my taste, and I keep more an eye on like what are their ingredients. Like for this Jocko malt, the Vanilla Gorilla protein ingredients are simple. It's a protein blend of RBGH, free non-GMO whey protein concentrate, whey protein isolate, egg, albumin, instant, my Keller casein, xanthogum, and then for sugar substitute, monk fruit extract. It's like stevia. It's gonna be better for your stomach. You're not gonna have that weird feeling after a while like sucralose. And also, think about sucralose, for those who don't know, it can also send your body into some sort of whack mode where it can lower your metabolism. It can lower your rate that you burn fat, you burn calories, you know. But when it comes to any sugar substitute, Splenda, Sweet and Low, aspartame, I don't take none of that shit. All that shit's bad for your health. If you look into aspartame, you can see it's linked to certain cancers, also to certain side effects. It can give you headaches and give you migraines, shit like that. I don't fucking want to drink. I'm very fucking picky. All right, it's about giving your body clean fuel. You give your body clean fuel, you will see the results. And then not only do I take those in this little pouch, I got a whole bunch of pills, and I'm always fucking dropping that shit. That's what I think I picked Baby Yoda to be in the wrong spot. I'll put him right here. And this little pouch is where I got a whole bunch of my pills. I got these multivitamin Optiman. This is like $25 at Vitamin Shop. And then it comes with a whole bunch. It comes with the... Been taking these all wrong. I thought I was only supposed to take one. Guess I'm supposed to take 3 of these motherfuckers. I've only been taking one. This is fucking bullshit. Alright, so I'll drink 3 tomorrow. Okay, but going back, this is like $25, $20. Comes with 50 servings and 150 tablets. Gemena Silvestre, this is for the blood sugar. I was doing some research where if you drink this, it can help your body regulate the blood sugar, the sugar in your blood, so your sugar levels don't spike or anything like that. I also take apple cider vinegar tablets. I love doing 4 of these because I'm gonna be honest, I tried to do the fucking drink. Nah, I can't fucking do that. Shit's way too fucking nasty, man. I even mixing it with I try to mix it with something else. Oh hell no, dude. That shit was fucking nasty. I tasted. I feel like it tastes worse than ass. Leave it at that. And I don't eat ass. Just letting y'all know. We'll talk about that later. Also, turmeric. I love taking turmeric. It's actually good for inflammation. Has many other positive things. So it's good for your joints. I believe also it can help with your cartilage. Yeah, I think it also helps with your cartilage. I also got some other stuff here, but these are the days, like, if I'm really tired, I don't got no energy drink or nothing, I'll take these pills. This one is actually it's actually a weight loss. Is actually basically a fat burner, but I'm gonna tell you a funny story that has to do with this. All right, I didn't fucking know this. Right, one of my buddies, I was fucking working. I was about getting ready to leave. He was coming in for the graveyard shift, and I was like, hey, he was feeling all the time. I was like, hey, I got an energy pill. I can give you one. I won't give you the full dose. I'll just give you one. Right? He's like, all right, shoot, yeah, thanks, bro. So I give him one. I come in the next day. He fucking tells like, bruh. He's like, what the fuck did you do in that? What the fuck was in that pill? Because I guess while he was there, he took it like around 10. Because right when I left like at 10:15. So he took it right when I gave it to him. So it was around 10. He took it and he said like around 12 or 1 o'clock that he was just looking at the cameras, just looking around, and then out of nowhere, man, he got a chub. He got a chub. Oh, he didn't even get a chub. He got a boner, bruh. He got an erection. He's just like, well, he was like, I have no idea what the fuck was going on, man. He's like, I wasn't looking at nothing on my phone. I wasn't even thinking about anything. And next, this motherfucker's just full pitch tent. And he's like, thank God there was no fucking trucks coming. Because, fuck, if I have to check in, I'm going to be fucking, he's going to be looking like Quasimodo or some shit, man, trying to hide that. He'd have to flip into his waistband and maybe blow a load in his belly button or some shit. But I was like, what the fuck? So I started reading this. I started reading some of the ingredients, and one of the ingredients I noticed, because it's usually on all the male enhancements, it's in there, and it's called Yohimbi bark extract, and I was like, oh fuck. I kind of felt like I couldn't stop laughing, but I felt like an asshole because I was like, dude, one of the ingredients is in the thing for male enhancement. Not only male enhancement, but it's also like, it's like it's basically natural Viagra that if you ingest it, you're gonna get a fucking hard on. And I was like, fuck, I never knew, but it kind of now makes sense because I'm gonna tell you, when I was taking these, dude, the same thing would happen, and I never understood why. I just figured I was like, my body's getting back to normal, or I've been working out, so that happens. Your testosterone starts to build up. But now it fucking makes sense why I got so many fucking boners with those things. But I'm gonna tell you this, this shit, it works because right after he got out, he wanted to go pound his old lady. He said he went 2 rounds. He didn't even take a break or nothing. He went straight to it. So I definitely gave these fuckers a new customer, but for all my fellas out there, if you guys want some extra energy in the bed, definitely go for PX Ultra. I'm going to tell you this, you take it, you are definitely going to feel a difference. Just make sure you're not in a public area, you're at home or some shit. 'Cause, if you take this while you go shopping, man, I'm going to guarantee you, man, you don't get a fucking boner, man. Next, you're gonna have to take your old lady, take her to the restroom or to the fitting room, and you're gonna have to pound some cheeks or something. You're gonna have to, put in some work, smacking them cheeks, or maybe who fucking knows. All right, but definitely that shit was funny. I couldn't stop laughing. All right, guys, I think it's time. Thank you all for listening. That shit fucking dropped. Thanks for tuning in on this newest episode of Randy's Rants. As always, guys, keep fucking hustling, keep grinding. Don't forget to feed your body the right food. Dump all that junk shit. Dump all that. Do some research on some good, clean supplements for your body. Again, if you guys want to do some of the ones I take, this True Athlete, I love this brand. It's very affordable. It's not expensive. I think the most expensive protein there they have is like $30, but it still gives you like 40 servings. I love their ingredients. They use nothing usually but stevia. I've seen some with monk fruit, but usually they use stevia. I love stevia. I stand by it 100%. Definitely some beet powder. Also super greens, the ones I use. This beet powder one, you can get it at Vitamin Shop for $15. I usually buy everything at Vitamin Shop. Also, Jocko's protein. That one's the most. That one's more expensive. That was like $45 for that. But there's other ones. True Athlete has their own protein, which I also do recommend. But for me, I kind of like the Jocko, and I do like the True. I actually have like 2 or 3 proteins that I buy that I'll take throughout the month, throughout the day too. It just depends. Like this one, I like drinking more at night, something light. So I don't feel hungry. I don't have to go fucking make a sandwich or make a fucking egg or some, none of that, you know? Definitely also get yourself a multivitamin. Definitely 100% agree with those. Get yourself some turmeric and get yourself some of these other supplements and try to invoke them in your diet. And I'm telling you, you guys won't regret it at all. They're worth it. Take care of your body. Your body's a machine. All right, so you got to take care of it because no one's gonna take care of your body for you. But as always, greatness one at a time. Let's keep hustling. Let's keep getting it. Love you guys.